You might have heard of business email compromise. It's a tactic that cybercriminals use to scam businesses out of funds or confidential information. There is, however, a new and upcoming danger that we call business process compromise. Both BEC and BPC start off in a similar fashion, using painstaking research of the intended target, but that is where similarities end. The eventual target of BEC is the person, whereas BPC goes for the process. In effect, the process continues to operate as normal, but the changes introduced by the attacker cause the results to be other than originally intended. After gaining access to a target's network, a typical BPC attack sees cybercriminals probing and analyzing the internal network for a period of time. They study network topology, interconnected systems, and map out automated processes for months, finding flaws or vulnerabilities in their logic or security. Then they add, modify, or delete entries and configurations, or intercept and modify data, and they're done. The business will continue to utilize the compromised processes and unknowingly make the cybercriminals profit. A familiar example would be salami slicing, where transactions may be rounded up to the nearest dollar and the excess funneled into criminal hands. The amounts are small, so the victims remain unaware, but over time, the attacker can generate large profits. One notable real-world example is the Bangladesh bank heist. The perpetrators managed to compromise the bank's computer network, observed how transfers are made, and gained access to the bank's credentials for payment transfers. They used these credentials to authorize 35 requests to transfer funds. 5 requests to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York to transfer funds from the Bangladesh account held there to accounts in Sri Lanka and the Philippines were successful. In all, $101 million was transferred. Of that, only $38 million has since been recovered. In another instance, cybercriminals modified entries in the Port of Antwerp's database, allowing them to gain access to security codes of shipping containers. With these security codes, fraudulent drivers would pick up specific containers with contraband and leave the port without raising any concerns. As you can see, the possible losses through business process compromise are severe. Compared to other scams like business email compromise or ransomware, a single BPC attack can make the criminals millions of dollars. With such a high return on investment, they're likely to focus on business process compromise in the near future. Because of their nature, business process compromise schemes are more difficult to detect. However, as their initial phase requires some interaction, you can safeguard yourself. Executive training and awareness is a critical first step. Ensure that employees are not giving away information unintentionally about your business processes. Use search engines and social networks to identify potentially harmful exposure. Think like the attacker. Be wary of suspicious emails from unknown senders, as spear phishing may be a delivery vector. Minimize the corporate infrastructure that is exposed to the internet. Carry out regular footprinting of your organization. Regularly audit your business processes, especially for those organizations who manage financial transactions. And last but not least, use common sense. If you feel that you might have been a victim of business process compromise, please contact your local authority at www.ic3.gov.